Good morning from cloudy Boca Raton, Florida. This video will be about hope, faith, love, and commitment. I could be sitting in my room, crying, feeling sorry for myself, blaming God and the world for HIV and AIDS, but I'm not. I'm going to an HIV Care Council meeting in West Palm Beach because that is where I have become active. And the reason I'm posting this today is because 32 years ago, on June 20th, 1992, I put my beloved husband, Dr. Jeffrey Mintz, into West Boca Medical Center with AIDS-related pneumonia, gravely ill, not knowing if he would live. Those times were terribly difficult, and only through God's saving grace was I able to get through it. What I'm trying, and then 2 years later, he passed from this disease after fighting for 2 years, and I was gifted to be able to write, so I wrote it all down. And by writing it down, every page said, "One day, Jeffrey, your death will not be in vain," and to God for keeping me alive through it and safe, making that choice to be celibate for 13 years in our marriage because he was bisexual. So I could have given up on my marriage. I could have given up and tried something else. I was very young, and I was beautiful. Age has a wonderful way of sneaking up on you. But I'm not. Jeff's death was rough. My journal's out for months and months and years. And I kept being involved. It didn't matter where I had to go or what I had to do. If there was an HIV/AIDS component, I knew that that was the part of my life that God chose for me to stay in. It's almost as if his hand had touched my shoulder. And he said, the journey will be long. The journey will be hard. But I've given you broad shoulders and a mission. And the mission is to speak to people about love, commitment, hope, faith, and never, ever giving up on your dreams. Have a dream. Have a goal. Don't let life keep you from having fulfillment, even though it's painful. Today is excruciatingly painful for me. But I got dressed, put a lot of makeup on, and I'm going up to West Palm Beach to a meeting that I've become a very big active part of. So 32 years later, I grieve today. But you know what I said, Susan? No matter how this video turns out, get on and talk about where you are at 78. And talk about HIV. Talk about a virus that's still here. Talk about it. And don't stop talking about it. Wherever a door opens, you go through it, Susan, because this is the call on your life. To speak when someone else is not. To give hope when someone has none. To have faith when your faith is lost. Don't. You'll go through rough times. You'll go through hardships. That's life. My goal is to be known as an HIV activist for my whole life. To see Committed to Love, the book, made into a major series or movie with the right people, like Lady Gaga or Rami Malek or Luke Evans and Billy Porter, who I think is brilliant, just like he was in the movie Our Son. So I've stayed true to the last chapter on that page when I said, Jeffrey, one day our story will be told, but I don't know how and I don't know when, but I will never stop believing that God has the plan for my life. And as long as I'm doing what's right, as long as I'm doing what's right, helping those, hoping for those, faith for those, I'm doing what I'm called to do as a woman. I loved, I lost, but I'm go forward because there's other people who need to have that hope. Whatever your dream is, don't you stop. Whatever your goal is, don't you give up. I'm giving a faith talk to myself right now. I'm bringing hope and faith and love and passion into my life right now. I need these interviews that I do on my podcast Positively Positive, or the Facebooks, or any of the interviews I've done on SusanMintz.com. They're more for me even than they are for you, because when I hear them, I think that lady has made something of a terrible situation that destroyed me for a while. But I got back up, and I said, as long as HIV is here and there's a group I can be with, or somewhere I can speak, or something I can do, my story will be made into a movie. My story will be picked up by someone in the HIV/AIDS community activism, where someone who is the LGBTQ plus. I don't know where that next door is going to open, but it's going to be big, and it's going to be loud, and it's going to be screaming to millions, multi-millions around the world. Don't stop believing. Don't give up on your dreams. Today is very hard for me, but I don't think I've ever looked better. Ha, ha, ha. And I took the gumption and said, not quite what I'm going to say today, but I know I'm acknowledging my 25-year marriage. I'm acknowledging a podcast. I'm acknowledging a book. I'm acknowledging and validating my life. That's what it's about. I am validating me in the hopes that one day multi-millions of people around the world will not give up on their dreams. Have hope and faith. And if anybody knows Lady Gaga, Billy Porter, Rami Malek, or Luke Evans, I think it's Luke Evans. I keep getting him mixed up, but God, he's gorgeous, and he's out. He's an outwardly gay, magnificent man. So anyway, I just want to say, God bless all of you. Walk your purpose, walk your journey, walk your faith, and you don't know how the last chapter's going to be. But put a smile on your face. Get ready for something big, and trust God for everything. That's it for me now. I did what I had to do on this very difficult day, but I know I was supposed to. Shalom, peace. May we have peace in our hearts, peace in our minds, peace in our country, and peace in this world. And stay prayed up, because God has a plan for you. Shalom.